You'll be saying it a lot.
Thank you so much for joining me, Hailey, to talk shop. Women's World Championships, of course. What have we seen in the tournament up until today?
Yeah, I think we've probably seen a lot of what we've expected. You know, Canada and the US are at the top of Group A. The Americans are in the number 1 seed right now, and Canada's in number 2. Both teams are undefeated, going 3-0 through these group stages. And, you know, something's got to give because these two are on a collision course here to play against each other on Thursday. So that will decide who gets the top seed in Group A before we go into the knockout stages. You know, I think we've seen, you know, at least earlier in the tournament, we saw some teams kind of ironing out the kinks. It's been, as often discussed with this tournament, it's been a really long time since there was a major international tournament, 859 days to be exact. So, you know, the product has been really good, but I think some teams are working out some of the chemistry and working out the best line.
Who has been a standout player, a real change maker for Team Canada?
Yeah, I think you can kind of go down the list. I think, you know, looking pre-tournament, I think the Americans probably have more obvious firepower, especially when you look at their top line. It's probably one of the scariest that I've seen in international sport with Decker and Knight and Coyne all together on one line. But with Canada, you know, you have Marie-Philippe Poulin. She has 1 goal and 3 points to this tournament, but she's looked dangerous. You know, she looked to return to health before the incident in the last game. Natalie Spooner's been excellent. She's really embraced this power forward role with a really strong net front presence, and she's been really, really strong. She currently leads the team with in scoring. And, you know, Canada has some really good young players too. Claire Thompson on the back end's been really impressive, and Sarah Fillier has certainly opened a ton of eyes. You know, these are 2 rookies in the international stage, and they look poised, they look confident.
I want to give a little love to Hilary Knight, though. Of course, she just passed Cami Granato as the all-time goal scorer in the Women's World Championships. Huge congratulations to that. What an accomplishment. What does Canada need to do to come away with a W against the United States to finish out the pool?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, one of the things, you know, they need to stay out of the penalty box. You know, talking to players, talking to staff, you know, heading into the tournament, they wanted their identity to be fast, which you'd appreciate, skilled, but also really physical and hard to play against. And we've certainly seen that, but it's been getting them into a lot of trouble. They've been on the PK far too often, and you can't do that against the Americans. Their power play has been not great. They haven't scored on the power play yet, so that's something that they're going to need to do better. I think as we get further into this tournament, special teams become such an important piece of getting a medal, getting a win, and so they're really going to need to improve on their special teams. I think the biggest thing that Canada needs to do to beat the Americans is just keep the slate clean. I think so often we talk about the record against each other, and, you know, the Americans have won this many world championships and they won the last Olympics. Everyone in Canada remembers that 2018 silver medal. We all know that the Americans won the last Olympic Games. And I think, you know, I was talking with Jocelyn The Rock previously about this, and she said, I think in previous years we've spent too much time letting them get in our heads. We've thought about it too much. And now this coaching staff is we're focused on Team Canada. We're talking about what we can do. We're not talking about the past.
I appreciate you so much, Hailey, taking the time and talking shop. I always just love picking your brain with hockey. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.